good morning. Let's see. Yes, I am recording. Okay. Good morning, my crafty cuties. So this morning I thought I would come to you and show you some of the things that I have been working on. I'm working on some ornaments. These are all hand stitched, and I'm just using little bits and pieces that I have. This come off of a wedding dress. I happened to find 3 wedding dresses, 2 that were in a thrift store and 1 at a yard sale, and I bought them specifically to get these beautiful embellishments off of. So I thought this morning we might stitch on this ornament that I am working on. Let me drag my, of course I'm never prepared. Y'all should know that by now if you've watched my channel for any length of time. So we're gonna need some needle, some thread, and maybe a thimble. And I think I'm probably going to use a milliner's needle on this. Okay. I like a milliner's needle because they're perfect for doing French knots. There we go. I'll spit it out in a minute. I haven't opened this pack yet, so let's get that open. And one of the things that I'm going to work on too is we're going to make a video, or I'm going to make a video on, is I'm going to make a needle book. I need a needle book to help keep up with my needles. I have a small little needle book, and I have no idea what the needles are that's in it, and I want to create a needle book that I can keep up with what needles I have. And I also have this little thing right here, and it's full of bigger needles. I want this bigger needle out of here if I can. There we go. Yeah. Boy, it is in there really good. There we go. That might be a little big for what we're needing it for, but we're gonna go with it. There we go. And I have a threader and some thread conditioner in here. Oh, don't need that glue right now, so we're gonna put that over to the side. I do have my beeswax, and I'm looking for, that's not the needle threader I want. Ah, here it is. There it is. Of course, like I said, y'all should be used to me. I'm never prepared, ever. And we'll put those in there like that. Put those in there. All right, so I kind of laid everything out like I wanted it, and now I'm just ready to start stitching down. I have some sequins, a little bit of that, and a snowflake, and I may use some more beads, but I'm not sure yet. So let's get to stitching this down, and I'm using just regular sewing machine thread. All that I'm using, nothing spectacular, or just sewing machine thread. And I will use some embroidery floss when I go to do some of the other work on this. So I guess this is kind of like a little prelude to see if you guys would be interested in a hand stitching project that I'm thinking about. I can never do the quilter's knot right, y'all. That's the reason why I'm doing it this way. I seem to have, where you wrap it around. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a few minutes. So all I'm going to do is, and sometimes I use the thread conditioner, sometimes I don't. And of course, we got a big tangle right off the bat. Let's see here. Of course, we wouldn't have this any other way, would we? You know, if it's going to happen to somebody, it's going to happen to me. And you get to see all of the all of the ugly along with the pretty on my videos. Oh gosh, because I'm not going to cut it out. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to, you know, the ugly with the pretty here. And I'm just doing a whip stitch around. Come off of there. I'm just going to whip stitch this on here. So is everybody ready for Christmas? Have y'all got everything have you got all your Christmas shopping done and all of that good stuff? Me and my husband still ain't done. We're still not finished. We have a couple more things that we need to get for our son, and my son and my daughter-in-law, we have something we need to get for them. And I'm kind of waiting till the last minute because it's a big thing. Well, let's see if we can pull this thread. Come on. There we go. Yeah, hand stitching, yes, can be a pain in the booty, but it is so worth it to me. I do find it relaxing. I normally never have this much trouble. It's only when I'm videoing that I have this kind of trouble. Got my sewing machine a little too close over there. I'm trying to keep my stitches small enough where you won't see them. I'm going to go back over that, I think. There we go. Yeah, but like I said, I never seem to have this much trouble when I'm just sitting here stitching. And I've often wondered, is it the universe's way of saying, no, Liz, this isn't what we want you to do. And I like to sew with double strands. I like for my thread to be double stranded. So, I think the problem that I'm having, honestly, is I'm pulling off too much thread. Because now that we have gotten down, you know, to a shorter length of thread, it's not near as you can see, I'm not having near as much problems. So, bear that in mind. There we go. And I would like to make a whole bunch of these hand-stitched ornaments for next year. So this is a project I may work on actually all year long. Come on. Pull through there. Come on. because I have plenty of these little applique pieces on the 3 wedding dresses that I have. I know y'all are probably going, oh my God, you're cutting up a wedding dress. But you know, I'm always looking for things that I can use in my sewing and in my crafting, and look at things with a fresh set of eyes, like how can I use that, you know? So when I go to the thrift stores, I go to a lot of thrifts. I try to go to a lot of thrift stores, and we have indoor flea markets here are a big thing. I'm gonna put a little pin, I think, right there to help hold that. Sorry if my arm was in the way. I don't want that to really scoot any further than right there. So indoor flea markets are a big thing here. So I'm all the time on the lookout for items that I can use in my hand stitching, especially vintage. This is not a vintage wedding dress by any shape, form, or fashion. It's modern. And I think it's Pam at the Paper Outpost post that says, never let the lack of a craft supply stop you. You know, look around and see what you can find, because craft supplies can be found almost anywhere and can be anything, you know? From that cereal box that you were fixing to toss into the trash to clothing. Go through your closet. You know, do you have clothes in there that you've just been keeping forever and ever and ever? You're never going to wear, or you've outgrown, or your kids have outgrown, and take a fresh set of eyes and look at what you have around your house, you know. I got another knot. There we go. And this is felt, just regular old felt. Like I got this felt at Hobby Lobby, 25 cents a sheet. So that's what my base is. And it's really easy to stitch through. There we go. I think I would have done better with a little thinner needle too. Going around this outside here, my stitches may be just a tiny bit bigger. Whoops, I got a little carried away on that one. It's okay. Don't want to pull it too tight and pull that out of Yes, that was a big sigh. Sorry. Oh. There it goes. Yep, we need to go just a little bit further around. Oh, come on. I've seen poor Rachel on Roxy's Creations have the same problem. It gets you get really aggravated with it. All right, are we back? Yep, we are now back to the beginning. So we have that all on there, and we're going to put a back on it. I do have my back cut. And I used my Sizzix. I do have a Sizzix. You could use your Cricut to cut out your circles. I have a die that's a circle die, and I just used it to cut my circle, so I knew that I would get a circle. So now we may change our mind on these, because I do have, let me move this out of the way, because I do have some different sequins. There we go. I'll spit it out in just a minute. So I do have some gold and silver sequins. I was thinking about gold because these really don't show up against it, so we may do some gold. Let's put that down in there like that. And I do have little storage containers for all of this. So. Oh, yeah. So I'm thinking the gold. Oh yeah, I'm thinking the gold. And then I have some little gold beads that we may stitch on there as well. So I'm going to, actually I think I'm going to change my needle for a smaller one. Let's see here. Find the one I took this out of, right here. I've gotten smart and put them back where I get them from, so that does help. And let's go with a thinner. Let's go with that one. Let's go with one that's a little thinner. All right, so now I do have some gold thread. This is DMC thread. I got this at Hobby Lobby. That's about, we have a Michael's and a Hobby Lobby and a Joann's down in Little Rock, but I don't go to Little Rock very often. I hate the traffic is horrible. Have a sip of coffee, and let's find these gold beads. Let's see here. I do have some different gold beads that might show up a little bit better, so we may use those. Let me find the one that one goes in. I have them all in little containers. Here we go, and it's right here. Yep, so that goes back in that. There we go. All right, so now just trying to figure out exactly where the right here. It's up under here. They didn't leave us much to go with, did they? And I don't think I have a pair of, there we go. Not going to pull off a whole bunch. Okay. Let's see if this thread will fit through. Yep. Okay. And I'm only going to use this as 1 ply. So to make a quilt, you can make a knot this way. Oh, I did it. Woohoo! I did it. I can't believe I did it. All right. So I want to put 3 of these in this little area. I try to always work. The bigger ones I think are going to be a little bit too big. Okay, I want it to go right maybe about there. Okay, and let's thread our sequin on here. And then the gold bead. These may be a little big for this, we'll see. And then you go back down through the hole of your sequin and the bead will help to keep it attached. Oh, what you think, guys? I think at this point I'm kind of committed, so I'm gonna go with it. So I'm gonna get that. And your sequins have a little cup to them. I want my cup facing up to cup my bead. There we go. Go back down through your hole. And then we're going to put one more right in there. Let's get a gold bead. I like adding textures and different elements to my stitching projects. There we go. All right. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, I like that. I like it that. Okay. Not throwing this away. This thread was kind of pricey. It wasn't on sale. But I knew that I wanted it if I was going to make these. So I do have some washi tape that I can put over that. So how many of you are interested in paper crafting? How many would be interested in maybe doing junk journals or, you know, paper journals? Not necessarily, my journals aren't junk journals, but per se. There we go. And then that'll help hold that thread and it won't come unwound and it won't make it sticky. So how many of you guys would be interested in that? It is. And put a little snowflake, I think, right there. trying to decide if I want that little piece of bling on there or take it off. What you guys think? I think I'm going to put it on there. Okay, so now I think I'm going to stitch my snowflake down. How am I going to stitch my snowflake down? Let's see. I think I strained my wrist yesterday. It's bothering me today. Picking up I have a Juki straight stitch machine, and she is heavy. And I'm talking about heavy. And oh, sorry. And I think I strained my wrist yesterday picking her up. Okay, so I know some people that can just hit, you know, the holes in a button, which is basically what this is. I mean, you can stick that needle right up through there, and it just amazes me, and I have to hunt. I'm like, I'm not that talented, I don't guess. Okay. I think that will hold that down. Actually, I am going to stop right there because that's the top, and let's add our hanger. Sorry, my noses are running just a little bit. Let's see here. Oh, I think I'm going to go with that. Yep. So I need to cut it a little bit longer than I think I'm going to need because I want to tie a knot. I'll cut it a lot longer than you think that you're going to need. I was being a little cheesy with it. Okay, so I know that I want my hanger. And then we're just simply going to stitch over our knot. Let's turn it this way. And this just helps to hold it into place. I'm on vacation this week, so I'm trying to use this time to do some videos and to work out things that I want us to do this next coming year. I'm going to put the lid on that before I spill it everywhere. Oh yeah, that's going to be so pretty. And we may come in and do some French knots just to give it some more dimension. So let's do that. And I think I'll just put, let's see here. Actually, I can change that thread out. It's a pretty good length of thread right there, so I don't want to throw that away, but I do want to use my a milliner's needle is perfect for doing French knots. So because the shaft and the eye are the same size, it makes it much, much easier to do your French knots. And this is a betweens needle right here. If you can see, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And then that is a milliner's needle, and that is what we are going to use. So we could use this gold thread that I had started with and add some more gold. It's fraying like crazy. Nope, that will not work that way. That will just make a mess. Okay, let's see here. I really want to use this gold thread. So I may have to thread it one at a time. Did I get them all three? I can't believe it. I got them all three in there at one time. Can't believe that. As long as I don't unthread it. Okay. Hopefully I'm on camera for all of this, guys. I can't see I use my phone to record and I can't see. So I think I want to add, we're going to use up this whole length. I like to do 3 wraps, and then you go down right close to where you came up. And that did not turn out like what I wanted it to, but at this point, we're good. My wool mat is in the sewing room. And this thread may not be ideal for this, you know? But it's what I have, and it's what we are going to use. Let's do 1, 2, 3 wraps. You don't want to pull it too tight, but you want to hold your knot. You want to hold it. I said this is much, much easier when I have my I think I'll put one more. Can I get it in there stitching this closed? I'm not sure. So, but we're going to put a few down through here. This is want to twist like really, really bad. If I can pick it up. And we could have just did beadwork. We could have just added more beads down through here. Yeah, this thread isn't the greatest for doing French knots, just so y'all know. I would not use this again to do my French knots. I was looking for something. Maybe my little pouch here would help. I got a little loopy on that one. Let's see if we can get off some of the, there we go. Get off some of the twisting. Oh, well, that's better. That's what a French knot should look like. That's much, much better. There we go. That one is good too. So see, we're getting the hang of it. It does help if you have a soft surface to put your needle down through. That's why the wool pressing mats work. You see a lot of YouTubers using those. If you follow people who do a lot of embroidery and slow stitching, you'll see that they have these gray mats, and they use them to stitch on top of because it really does help. And my thread's getting all twisted again. Whoops. Let's untwist it. I don't pretend to be the world's greatest embroiderer. It's just something that I really, really love doing. Most of the time I find it relaxing. And a great way to express my creativity, because I'm taking little bits and snippets of nothing and creating something. I had to watch a ton of YouTube videos to figure out, you know, how to do some of this stuff. Oh, I like it. Like, I know mine here aren't that perfect. I got some perfect ones over here, and maybe we'll skip down here and do a few here and there until I run out of thread. I would like to run out of thread. And maybe we will, hold on just a second, I have an idea. What about putting maybe one right there? Let me get another sip of coffee. Sorry, I'm slurping my coffee, guys. Let's see. Do I want to do that, or just do I want to do the French knots? Let's see. Again, it works really, really well to have a surface to hold your needle as you slide the knot down. Got a loop on that one. Maybe we'll do a cluster of 3. I think my thread is just about done. Okay, so I like that. Let's do one here. I'm just gonna skip over instead of tying off. Do one there, and then maybe a few up the side here. And I'm almost out of thread. We'll see if we can get 3 out of this. We may not can. 1, 2, 3 wraps. We're gonna have a mess. This is gonna make a mess. Yeah, I knew it was because it was too short. And we have, yes, we have a big fat mess. So what I'm going to do is just snip that like that. See if we can salvage a little bit of it. I think we can. I think we can. And then when I'm stitching around it, I will catch that so it doesn't come up. Okay. All right. So now we're ready to put our back on. And you could stuff this a little bit if you want to. I'm not going to because it's pretty thick as it is. All right, so a couple pins to help hold it in place. I do have some red thread right here. Hopefully I can remember what color this is. And then we're just going to stitch it in place. Whoops, unthreaded my needle. This is DMC floss. And it's old as the hills. So I couldn't even tell you what color it is. Oops. There's that one that I need to pull that thread. Okay. Let me pull that thread over there so I can catch it. There we go. And I'm just going to go on either side of that. Going to go down and then up and then down, just to make sure we got that secured in. And then I'm going to go back to my whip stitching. Now here I want to be careful. Whoops, unthreaded my needle again. I think I let the thread slide through my finger, through the needle as I'm pulling it tight. Is why I keep unthreading my needle. I'm just saying that's what I think I'm doing. And if you don't like hand sewing, you could always glue this. You could always use glue and glue down your pieces. You could use hot glue or Fabri-Tac or any permanent glue. You know, I gotta find now the red that matches this so we can finish stitching it down. Whoop, don't want to throw my needle away. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that pretty? I am very pleased with how this turned out. Very, very pleased. So I think I have that red thread right here, or a color close enough. I think that might be it right there. We're gonna go with it. And I'm going to use 2 strands. That's all I'm using is 2 strands. If I can get them apart. There we go, 2 strands. Okay. And then I am going to bury my knot down in there like this. I know it's probably kind of really hard for you guys to see. Red on red, I'm sure it's, you can't even see it. Think that I'm almost back to where we started. I'm going to give it one more knot. All right, my crafty cuties. So there is my ornament, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But I love it. I love the way it turned out. It's beautiful, and this is going to be gorgeous hanging on my tree. Everybody have a wonderful day, and as always, please like, subscribe, and share, and comment if you feel led to, and follow my channel for the quilt along that we got coming up in 2024. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.